our world. Bettina Carey here, and I'm the founder and CEO of We Empower You, the community and movement, and WeEmpowerYourLife.com, the website. We're hosting the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit, December the 8th, and I have with me today none other than Debi Waldeck, and I'm so excited to welcome Debi. Before I start, have her join me here, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit more about Debi. And so folks out there watching can get a sense of her. So Debi Waldeck is called the Professor of Hope and Health and Happiness, but I like to call her Dr. Truth. Debi teaches you the sign language of your body and has been at the forefront of preventative health education for nearly 25 years. Inspired by her own diagnosis with an autoimmune disorder and the subsequent effects of the medication on her unborn child, Debi's child was impacted by the medication and suffered 7 years, during which time Debi invested over 10,000 hours looking for answers. Rather than a child who would spend a lifetime on medication, Debi uncovered a common denomination of imbalance within the body that contributes to most of all diagnoses today. After helping her child, Debi has helped thousands of others, publishing her 3 books and traveling throughout Canada, Australia, and the United States, sharing her message of hope and clarity. And she's here with me today to share more about what she's going to be talking about at the summit. Welcome, Debi. It's great to have you here.
It's always so great to see you in your beautiful red.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you back at the We Empower You Global Summit. You know, we're going to start that show off at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and you're going to be one of our speakers in the day. So you have a really interesting topic, and that it's actually dovetails real nicely with your entire mission, vision, and goal for the universe. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, so I'm speaking about why dream boards and vision statements can backfire. You know, as the president of Body Mind Blueprint, we teach strong, stubborn, stuck women the sign language of their body so that they can unleash who they really are and be their authentic, powerful self. And I say that because, you know, it's interesting when I look back at my clients over the last, particularly several years, I've been doing this for 30, we have been focusing on what we call personal development 3.0 with the Body Mind Blueprint. Now, the We Empower You Summit is seemingly geared towards entrepreneurs, I would say business owners. But this conversation is really for all women who are strong. And when I say stubborn, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but feeling a little stuck. So what do I mean is that these women are women who have gone and done a lot of work on themselves. They've gone to business coaches, entrepreneurial coaches, health coaches, fitness coaches, mommy coaches, organizational coaches, or they are those themselves. In fact, 60% of my clients are actually coaches themselves. You're like, why would they come here? And I share with them, you know, no matter what all of your experiences, there's one common denominator, and it's you, right, Bettina? It's you. And so in that common denominator, when we learn the sign language of our body, we develop a kind of trust and faith that is undeniable. And what I mean by that is that there's too many people right now that are experiencing the kinds of imbalances that aren't being picked up yet in blood work, at lab work. So what I mean by that, Bettina, is you go to the doctor and you're like, you're not feeling quite right. Something's just not right. And the doctor looks at your lab work and it's like, yeah, you're fine. And you go home feeling like, you know, more confused and upset. And this again is why I say 95% of all health dollars is spent after we get sick. So along the way, what we have seen is in personal development 1.0, you know, we're taught think and grow rich. Personal development 2.0 is the quantum physics, neurolinguistic programming, and they're fantastic, you guys. I mean, I totally think they're great. But the point is that that's why 60% of my clients or coaches are coming here, because though they know what to do, it's just not happening. And there's a frustration, right? And it's not their fault. And so this personal development 2.0 would be, okay, Bettina, you're going to create a dream board and a vision board. And you are going to begin to visualize, and you're going to manage your thoughts, manage your mind. And when you do that scientifically, your brain is going to spit out these chemicals, these peptides of that emotion of abundance, success, whatever it is. And then your cells will develop these receptors for that abundance emotion. And then when those cells duplicate, you just are walking law of attraction. You're just attracting abundance all day long. And then your car breaks down and you bounce a check and all sorts of things happen, right? It's like, what is going on? Well, Personal Development 3.0 teaches, using the sign language of your body, how these little imbalances, your body knows it's going on. Again, long before it shows up in lab work. And the body is sending these help me signals to the brain, and the brain is picking up on it. And guess what? Those signals are going exactly to the same spot that it is that you're trying to manifest these positive thoughts. And so 5-10 minutes a day, you're looking at your goal board and your dream board, but 24 hours a day, this body that's out of balance is saying, help me, help me. Now, how do you really know that? Well, again, through the Body Mind Blueprint, we teach you body hacks, looking at yourself, exactly how to know what this means, what that means, what this means. But one of the ways you can know this is that when you make that beautiful dream board and you write that vision statement, and your coach says to you, write down, where are you in a year? Where are you in 5 years? And you do it. But when you look at it, Bettina, you look at it, you read it, and there is this little feeling. And that feeling is kind of like, oh my God, that's so far away. It's just so far away. And what really is going on deep in this mind and body, soul, the mind and body really, is that it's saying, I can't stand where I am and I can't wait to get where I'm going. And unfortunately, that is really dangerous, because when it's that I can't stand where I am and I can't wait to go where I'm going, when that I can't stand is great and it emanates from you. And that's really what we're attracting, is that staying stuck. Now, when you really understand the sign language of your body, here's what happens. You're stubborn, you're strong, and you're stuck, ladies. And what I mean by that is that you'll forgive all day long your children, girlfriend, your spouse. But when it comes to yourself, you're the one who's like, oh, I already know, and I should have known better. I should know better. I should know better. Damn it. Why am I not where I want to be? Well, when you learn the sign language of your body and you begin to understand, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that these imbalances in my microbiome are creating these imbalances in inflammation, which are creating imbalances in pH, which are creating this. And then I tack onto that my unconscious thoughts, my inherited fears, even my DNA. And then you start looking at yourself, and there's such a sense of forgiveness, and there's a compassion where it's like, wow, given all of this, I'm doing pretty darn good. You see. So this is when we do our talk, I'm just going to give a couple of hacks on some things that we can know about ourselves, and to recognize when we're actually thinking we're doing something positive, but it might be backfiring.
Wow. Debi, that's going to be a fantastic talk. I have to say, connecting the dots between what our body is teaching us and telling us to our vision and our mission and our purpose and all of these things that we're moving towards and trying to live into, is like connecting that dot. It's like I feel like going, this is going to be an amazing session. Can't wait to have you. For those of you who are out there watching on Facebook land or on YouTube, join Debi Waldeck here at the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit, December the 8th. We start at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go 12 hours. It's a marathon day. And we have topics in business, leadership, love, life, health. And we're going to be answering all these kinds of questions about how you can move from point A to point B. And so we have 24 speakers on the day. I cannot wait to welcome you back, Debi. Any final thoughts for those out there watching?
First of all, what time am I speaking? I think it's at 2:15 p.m. Pacific Standard. Is that right?
Let me go take a look. I can bring up the schedule for you.
While you're looking at that, here's a final thought. I have been known as a health coach for a lifetime. And I don't consider myself just that today, but I would leave you with one last thought. There is an epidemic that's going on right now. And the incidence of illness and mental health is staggering. I think the reason we don't see it as an epidemic, Bettina, is because we put every condition to a separate bucket: the anxiety bucket, the ADHD bucket, the asthma bucket, the allergies bucket, the fibromyalgia bucket. But if we understood that 97% of all of those conditions have the exact same 3 common denominators, and then we understood how those imbalances are affecting our thoughts and emotions, we could really, really make dramatic improvements in what we're experiencing today.
I just love it. And just like that, when you snap your fingers and you take on the topics that Debi is going to be delivering, your life is going to forever be changed. And my life has been changed with many of the topics that we've discussed over almost 20 years of knowing each other. So looking forward to seeing you at the summit. You are on at 2:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're going for about 45 minutes. I cannot wait to have you back, Debi. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Bye for now. And everyone, I'll see you at the summit.